And hello everyone, welcome to get my sound a little bit louder here, to the 24th episode of the Crypto Bull. As you guys can see here, I'm in my very own streaming room. Still have to figure out the things with the green screen behind me, but everything at its own time. Today, I will be doing a live technical analysis of the cryptocurrency project or blockchain project called Casper Network. So I'm going to assume it is like the other networks I've done in the past. But yeah, we'll figure out what it's about. So for the people who are new to these technical analysis, these live streams I do, I tend to evaluate a project both on its historical value, so at its entire run. I try to do a technical analysis of its consensus protocol, try to find out about its white paper, its use case, etc., and try to make predictions how well it will perform in the future. I will also check up, naturally, social media accounts by reason, well, a decent blockchain project, a decent cryptocurrency project actually has a living, very thriving community standing behind it. So without further ado, let us begin. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. There we go. And voila. So I mostly use CoinGecko. I'm going to put this in English because it's an English live stream. There we go. So like I said, I'm using CoinGecko. Now for anyone else who wants to do their own research, I can advise use CoinGecko because there's an amalgamation of, well, different sources for each and every cryptocurrency project listed there. You can also use CoinMarketCap. I know I tend to repeat it almost every time, but it bears notice this makes part of, well, the learning curve. So Casper Network, what do we see here? CoinGecko changed entirely its layout, so I've got to adapt a little bit still here. However, 24-hour range, okay. Market cap, 55 million. 24-hour trading volume, 24 million. It's quite high. Circulating supply, 836 million, and that's about 10 billion as a total supply, so it is capped. I see here dedicated websites, so we're going to analyze those to learn more about it. So I'm already going to open them up. Explorers, I see Casper stats, which implies it has its own blockchain. That's positive news where it concerns me. Well, that's actually a positive sign. Each and every network should have their own blockchain to perform well, especially if you've got a network in the name. With that, I'm going to assume, well, you are going to have a network with interconnected nodes. The second I see you call yourself a network and you do not have your very own blockchain, but are being built, for example, on Binance, Ethereum, Tron, Polkadot, doesn't matter, or Kesuma even. But the second you call yourself a network and I don't see your own blockchain, that to me is a sign you're not taking the project very seriously. It's probably a scam project. See communities here, so Twitter, Telegram, Discord, not all too much it seems. Source code available on GitHub, good sign. API ID, Casper Network, got to check it out, so that's probably the smart contract address. Let's take at the historical value, 24-hour trading volume, yeah, it's, let's just say, bad. However, I know the entire market, as we saw earlier, was actually coloring red. Yeah, that's not all too well here, guys. Since its inception, it has been going down. Where it concerns prospective investors, that's not a very good sign. However, what I do need to mention here is that it's actually a quite young project. Incepted May 12, 2021, run up until now, yeah. So I dare say it is following market trend, and especially since May of this year, well, the market has been going down. It's a bit of a shame by reason, well, if I see something like this on the get-go, I'm automatically going to assume it is going to be a shitty project. However, it might just be following market trends and just, well, still needs to prove its merit on the market. However, I'm not entirely trustful. I'm going to see. Yeah, okay. Sorry there. So yeah, I'm not entirely trustful here. There were a few hiccups, but anyway, let's see what it does else if I start zooming in. So yeah, still going down badly. A bit of a shame for the guys who invested here and suddenly crashed down. They lost a lot of money. So yeah, the trend here, there's not much else to say about it. It crashed. It's bad. Let's just hope it survives this initial phase. It's but a few months old. However, in my personal opinion, and I've repeated in previous episodes of the Crypto Bull, I do not invest in cryptocurrency projects or blockchain projects which are younger than 2 to 3 years old. So this one is an automatic no-go from me. And I must even tell, if you are a prospective investor and you say, yeah, but I dare to take the risk. Yeah, those are the gains that were made since its inception. So let it mature a bit and let it work out for a longer while. This kind of graph is actually extremely bad news in general. Let's see if I even mention it here. In the last 24 hours, minus 20%, 7 days, minus 46, 2 weeks, minus 64, minus 73. So it's crashing down bad. I'd even even say it's going straight towards a dead project here. Positive side, 2% increase in volume. But anyway, let's continue. I might be wrong. You never know. So where is it mostly being traded? I see Gate.io here. Gate.io, Huobi, OKX, BKX, and MKEX. Okay, so those are the exchanges where you can value them. Casper Network Coin Price and Market Index. So 24 trading volume, price down minus 20.7%. Circulating supply of about 840 million Casper coins, a max supply of 10.2 billion. So it's capped at a market cap of a few billion. Seeing it's new, will not even 1/10 has been mined or made available. I don't know if it's being mined, if it's a proof of stake, or something else that makes that is being used. It's consensus protocol, so I will learn more about that later on. But good sign is they've got a limited market cap, which, if the project develops well and takes off, implies decent increase in value long term. But it's a few months old, and I've got the impression mostly it's following market, and the market has been going on since May of this year. So yeah. So Casper Network is an L1 general purpose blockchain similar to Ethereum. Okay, so it's going to be some sort of developers platform, I'm assuming here. Built on a consensus framework of proof of stake based on the correct by construct specification. So it's proof of stake. I'm wondering what this is going to be about. Casper is mainly targeting institutional and enterprise clients, helping them to adopt blockchain technology. So it's going to be something like Ethereum, and I believe it's going to be akin to other network coins I've done in the past here for Crypto Bull. With the sole exception, this one is going to be the newest among them I've done thus far. So yeah, let's see what's about and how it's set up this time. So Casper is a governance token of Casper network. Okay, rule of Casper is as follows: leaders of the Casper network will receive rewards in the form of Casper. So yeah, proof of stake. It's needed to pay for any transactions made in Casper network. So yeah, basically, and it's also a minimum exchange between network participants. So yeah, basically some sort of copy from Ethereum. Worthwhile alternative, though they mentioned they are more enterprise and business orientated. The supply is not fixed but inflationary, designed to incentivize the ongoing security of the network. So this to me tells me that the market cap, the max cap to ever be produced, maximum amount of coins, Casper coins, to be produced isn't going to be fixed, so that they might adapt and adjust it. That's what that sentence says. I hope it isn't true, otherwise I have to, well, take back my positive words whereby I said, yeah, they've got a max cap of a few billion, which is great. So, yeah. What I dare say here is, well, it's not fixed but inflationary, which in itself isn't a very good sign. Plus, you're dealing with a low value token. Well, this actually deters investors such as myself from the project away. If you want to invest in something, we want it to increase in value and in importance. We want some bang for our bucks, to put it bluntly. We're not going to invest in things that lose value over time. We do not do that here, so this in itself is actually shooting in its own feet. But it actually explains the graph I saw earlier. Well, more upwards. Let's continue. What makes Casper different than other blockchains? Has the following distinct advantages: developer-friendly, WebAssembly instead of using a property new coding language like other blockchains. That's actually positive, yeah. You can start building applications directly without having them to learn a new language. If I'm not mistaken, this isn't really exclusive to Casper coin itself, but it's a positive addition to mention. So yeah, that's a plus. User-friendly. I've got an optimized gas fee model. It's more predictable and stabilized even during high network usage. Sounds like marketing. It's great I mention it. I hope I can do an analysis of the white paper wherein their model is being explained into detail by reason, and I'm going to refer to Ethereum. Well, Ethereum also was optimized, but is currently the blockchain with the highest gas fees and transaction fees, something which isn't as easily fixed by reason it is, well, a core developer mistake and not something you can say to the miners, but like, yeah, but it's their fault. No, it's fault in the blockchain. So I hope they've got a good, programmed their blockchain better than Ethereum, though I must say they probably already did. By reason Ethereum established itself as a developer's blockchain platform. That was the word I was searching, as a development platform, but using proof of work, whereas proof of stake is much better suited for doing such things, which is a hint, well, any other of the alternatives to Ethereum have been doing, including Casper network. So that's a plus. Permissionless but flexible. Those enterprises do build both permissionless and permissioned applications. And the security of the public one. Okay, that's quite simple. Upgradable. Like application on other blockchains, how to upgrade it. Suppose the upgrade of on-chain smart contracts directly, removing the need to navigate complex governance and migrating processes. Can be interesting if you're a developer, so I'm not going to talk all too much about that one, but it's great if it's really the case. Hopefully I can find out more about it soon. Are there projects already building on Casper? Growing network of companies that choose to build on Casper. Some example, Metis, an L2 project, so layer 2 project, focuses on the creation of decentralized autonomous companies. Troubled by the high fees of Ethereum, it has decided to move to Casper. So yeah, that's a very first sign. Well, their advantage over Ethereum, that they have lower fees and probably more easy to build upon. IPVE, Global Patent Management and Licensing Database. I believe I heard about those guys once. Plans to use Casper for patent encryption to ensure private information on the patent can only be accessed by verified entities. The database live on Casper to enable patents to be traced globally and royalties to be okay. They say DX, structured products and derivative trading. So that's a cryptocurrency exchange. So it's probably going to be partially decentralized. So yeah, that's the information I can get from CoinGecko. Let's look at our main website. Click accept. I'm going to refresh the page because I like to see how fast the website loads. It takes about a second time, so it loads okay-ish. Well, I do so because if the website didn't load much faster, like if it took 5 to 10 seconds, I would say, yeah, it's probably a too heavy website, and the developers or web designer behind it doesn't really know what he's doing, or they're pushing way too big images and programming is, well, shitty. It's a first sign of probably being a scam project which has had multiple iterations and changes. So yeah, it loads fairly well, so that's a good sign. Future-proof blockchain. Oh, I see there's the white paper here. And they already have mainnet. That's great. More on that later. Yeah. So there's an actual one. Picasso CBC specification is designed to accelerate enterprise and developer adoption of blockchain. Okay, that's proof of stake, future proof. So that's in a nutshell what we've learned. So it enables sharding. So yeah, it's really an alternative to Ethereum, Binance, etc. Rediff XDAO to allow collaborate with the Emerging Technologies Association, ETA, the Swiss association to onboard prospective developers, researchers, and scientists we're looking for. Okay. Token. The native token to Casper relies on Casper to reward the validators that better participate. Okay. Pay network fees for on-chain transactions. So yeah, it's both a governance token and, well, as a form of payment. So it's really like Ethereum, that I have to consider the coin itself. There is ongoing evolution and decentralization on the Casper network. It provides resources to help accelerate the adoption of Casper and its growing ecosystem of decentralized applications. So yeah, that development, Discord, Telegram, Twitter, YouTube, GitHub. So yeah, I tend to like Discord quite a lot. Yeah, more on the communities later. I'm going to get back up. You've got a block explorer immediately, so you can verify all transactions being made. Since mainnet has been launched, I'm going to take a little look there. 100 active validators. Total stake bonded at about 3 billion. 3.7 billion, I'm going to say. Circulating supply, 836 million out of the 10 billions available. Those are the validators. 100% fee, 10% fee. So from what I can gather, there's mining pools. Well, no, proof of stake, there's no mining pools. Sorry here. Small mistake on my part. As you can see, I may know a lot, but even I tend to do a little cock up. Blocks. That's the amount of blocks, block height, era, deployments, age. Yep. Validators, those are the validator addresses. Can easily be looked up. I actually love how it's being set up. More projects should actually do something like this. It gives a nice overview and, well, it enables people to verify the transactions and how active the network is. It gives a good indication. Tools, connect peers, wallet, delegate stake, and delegate stake. So yeah, sign in. I'm going to do that one. So love seeing that one. What's this? Grant program. I can register. Oh yeah, that's the program with for development, the prize earning there with the Swiss association. Looks neat. Looks well done. Plus collaboration, can rapidly decentralize their governance. We decentralize, so yeah. It's fairly obvious they are going to be an alternative to Ethereum. And I must say, even for the short amount of time I'm browsing the website and while doing this analysis, seeing and clicking about here, I must say they are more solid than most other projects that I've already encountered and are much older. And I must say these guys give up a better vibe, despite, well, the sole negative remark there that I read, they are an inflationary coin. It's a certain amount of honesty that I can appreciate, really. Casper GitHub. Let's do the facts here, the frequently asked questions. Correct by construction, Casper specification. I'm going to click on it. I'm curious what it is about. Yeah, I'm immediately. Correct by construction consensus protocol that share the same proof as asynchronous Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus. They describe this family of protocols by defining the protocol states and protocol state transitions. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Yeah. I had a faint idea the name came from that one. Bit sad I didn't really encounter the ghost that much, but probably in the social communities. The way they are defined, I said they are part of this family. Okay, yeah, it has to do with, well, correct me if I'm wrong afterwards in the comments or even during the chat, but what was it called again? CBC here. Oh, accidentally clicked it away. Where is it? Yeah, the correct by construction has to do with the ease of adaptability. So the aforementioned, I'm going to show it back on screen here. It has to do with the web assembly and the user friendliness to build upon it. That's the correct by construction. First quarter, so mainnet has been launched, solves the trilemma of security, decentralization, and scalability. Well, proof of stake is indeed a very fair consensus protocol to implement, so that's a good choice. Well done. What is unique about Casper's blockchain architecture? It supports Casper Highway S2, okay. Readable, yeah, so it's a rehearsing of what it is about. I'm going to close this one. This is the white paper. Bonus points also. I love seeing the white papers being freely available for people like myself. After the episode, reading a little bit through it to see what it's all about more in detail. Should I want to invest in it? Like I said, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to keep in mind the white paper just for within this and a few years, read up about it more into detail and probably making investment if I see it's worth my while. At this point, well, it still has to prove its merit. And the fact it says it's an inflationary coin, I'm not all too willing to invest in it. Well, by reason, like I said, I want some bang for my buck. So seeing something where it bluntly states you will be losing money if you invest in it, not the wisest of moves. So it gets quite technical immediately, which is nice. Where it concerns this white paper, from what I can tell, and reading quickly through it, snippets here and there, they do not try to redefine already well-established concepts, which is great. I've seen other more established projects try to do so to validate their own philosophy and working of their own project. But in the end, if you could read between the lines, well, they were actually, I think, things up for themselves. And, well, it was marketing talk, something which I do not like to see all too much. And these guys seem to be going straight ahead and say, yeah, it works like this, like this, like this. Loving it. Great. Going to close the white paper. Loved seeing it. That's the Casper Live, so that's the blockchain explorer that I saw earlier. To get back up, sorry there. Explorer, Casper stats, is that the same one? Oh no, it's even a different one. So there's in reality two blockchain explorers. This one's a more general one. Perhaps the one from testnet still, and the other one was on mainnet. Yeah, okay, got it. Community, not all too much. I'm going to open up Twitter, just seeing what these guys are about. This is also another test I like to perform where it concerns social media communities, checking up the amount of followers and check it up with the amount of likes and, well, interactions with the tweets. For 50.4K, well, this one's pinned, but seems okay-ish. 48, okay, 185, 260, Metatask here, last week Casper Labs. So it's congruent, I dare say, yeah, but I'm going to assume there's a lot of bots probably behind the amount of followers. Are they bot? Maybe, maybe not. I dare not say, but I have to admit, even I have to deal with a lot of bots frequently on Twitter and social media. More and more, even so, as I'm slowly making a name for myself here. So I'm not all too surprised, but I dare say it checks out. It's a bit shame this one's on the lowish side. There's a lot of updates they're doing. I'm scrolling down here by reason I want to see some user interaction, so retweets, etc., from the community itself. That doesn't seem the case. I'm going, yeah, can't see it here. Damn it. Sorry. Yeah, it's in Dutch. Sorry, so it's tweets and answers. Live on YouTube, so yeah, I'm a bit missing out here about interaction with the communities. Bit of a shame. Tweets by Casper Association, but there's quite a lot of folks going about. Media, clicks. November 2018. So it was listed on CoinGecko, from what I can tell, somewhere this year. And from what I could tell, the white paper has been published January, beginning of this year. So that means project probably has been in development since 2020 somewhere, mid-2020 perhaps, late 2020, when the white paper was being written. Telegram, let's take a quick look. Yeah, can't open it. I want to view it in Telegram. Yeah, laptop doesn't allow it. What a shame. I'm going to take a quick peek back at the main website. As I've noticed, there are other social media being mentioned here. So yeah, Discord, can't open it. YouTube. Yeah. All those warnings. They seem to have quite a few groupings here. I thought they were in Switzerland. I see a lot of things which is more Arabian in nature. I'm going to check up playlists just to get an overview. So you've got getting started with Casper, so introduction videos, developer guides, product walkthroughs, their why, weekly workshops, and community calls.
Gefeliciteerd. Ik ben blij dat u een van de weinigen bent die exclusieve toegang krijgt tot deze...
Can you tell I'm Dutch?
Not yet.
Oh, YouTube.
For novel solutions, so I like that.
Okay. Chain of custody solution. Yeah, I'm just skipping ahead a little bit.
But rather a mechanism by
Use of Zoom. Oh, there's an entire team behind it. I already saw 2 or 3 members. Meta Casper Labs. So yeah, they're still in their initial phases. I'm going to close this one and I'm going to wrap it up here. Yeah. So, what can I tell about this project? Well, I dare say, it's a little bit of a mixed bag here. Where it concerns investing in the project immediately, myself, I'm going to refrain from it by the simple reason it is too young for me to invest in. It is but a few months old. If you're seeing this video much later on in, say, 2023, 2024, they say take a good look at it, how well it's performing, if it's still alive, if the community has grown to a much bigger extent, how its value is doing, etc., etc. Then I'd say, well, let's do a retake of this episode, for example. That is period in time, I'm going to say, doesn't really click with me, doesn't really convince me, by reason it's too young, and also, and that's one of the main falling points, one of the main points I want to make. They made mention of, we are an inflationary coin. People will notice that in the last couple of videos I've been harping a little bit, getting slightly annoyed with marketing talk where it concerns blockchain and cryptocurrency projects, where I said, yeah, you need to be much more concise. You need to exactly say what it is about. Don't, put feathers and accessories around the project. Say what it is about. Don't muck about. And, in this case, I want to add, if you are going to marketeer yourself, naturally get to the point, but you do not always need to be that honest. And, they mentioned, we are an inflationary coin. They mentioned it on CoinGecko, which implies that probably one of the developers, one of the team mentioned it that way, and it was taken up as such. Such news is actually not all too good. It, scares off investors. It scares off people who want to make part of the community and who are searching for alternative platforms when compared to Ethereum, Polkadot, etc. So there's a little bit too much of honesty going on. In itself, the project, it actually looks quite neat. It's one of the more convincing projects up until now that I've done. If I have to compare it to what's Legacy Network, these guys got a one-up, and they aren't around as long as Legacy Network. So I dare say, well done, guys, well done. Am I convinced? Not entirely. I want to see a project like this one mature for a longer while, to see more development going on, to see more companies actually, adapting to the platform. So that's how I will be summarizing this episode of the Crypto Bull. It's got potential. I'm going to cut the knot. I'm going to say it has potential. It looks trusting, so I've got a good amount of trust in it. Looks solid, nice website, correct choice of consensus protocol. White paper is immediately available, source code available on GitHub. So what these guys only have to do is, develop a little bit of a marketing team, develop a little bit further their communities, and I might say when in the span of a year or two, or even perhaps a few months, this project might become quite interesting and a worthwhile alternative to other networks which are still around. So that's the episode. It was a quite short one compared to others I've done, but hey, if it's only good things that I can tell, so be it. So thank you guys all for watching this episode. Hope you guys learned something new. Hope it was interesting. Didn't make too much mistakes. Like I said, if there's something that I've missed or a little assumption that I made which has proven to be incorrect, do tell me. I do the rectifications in the comments down below. So Anyway, thank you guys for having watched this episode, and up until next time.